Brought to you in part by Monadnock Flooring and Decorating, offering quality sales, service, and installation for over 35 years on Production Avenue next to Subaru of Keene. Hey everybody, welcome to A Culinary Journey. I'm here with Lucia. How do you spell your name, by the way?
Lucia.
It's like my name, but better. Isn't that cool? You have a cool name.
Thank you.
Well, you're supposed to say you do too. I can't go fishing with this girl at all. I'm waiting for compliments somewhere around it. Anyway, Lucia, what are we going to do today?
Make fondue.
And it's your recipe.
Mm-hmm.
And you make it.
Mm-hmm.
And I could leave.
No.
Oh, okay, I have to stick around for the show. All right, so we're going to make fondue. And what else did you want to make today?
Chocolate mousse.
Chocolate mousse, and I don't have a recipe. Do you have a recipe for that?
No.
All right, we'll figure it out. We'll come up with something. And then what did your dad ask you to make today? You remember what else?
A shrimp thing.
Yeah, they had shrimp at the place, and they go like, we got to see how to make that. So I said, we'll make it today, okay? Okay. So this way you can make it for them on their anniversary for next year.
Okay.
You're going to make fondue and shrimp for their anniversary. And
okay.
I'll tell you how much to charge them, too. Okay? So we'll work it out, you know? If you need a waiter, call me. I'll be glad to help. Well, we're going to make fondue with Lucia's recipe. And eventually, one day, she said she's going to take over my restaurant. And you don't have to do much. You just put an I in the middle of the C and the A. Don't even have to change the sign. You are so smart. I'm glad you thought of that. Anyway, so we're going to be making fondue, shrimp, and chocolate mousse, if we don't eat all the chocolate first. So don't go away, because your culinary journey starts now. Hey everybody, welcome back to A Culinary Journey. I am here with Lucia. Everybody give it up for Lucia. Big round of applause. You're not even phased, are you? You're supposed to go like, yeah.
Okay.
Right. Point to the camera, like you're cool. Oh, yeah, I like that. That should be on my Facebook page. Anyway, so we're gonna make fondue. You know how to make fondue. I've never made fondue. Did you know that? I fondant. I fondant. I don't do jokes either. All right, so now let's do it. Let's follow it, because you even have a recipe right here, which is really cool. It says first grate the cheese. I grated the cheese, and then it says put it in a bowl. I got the bowl. Now what else does it say? Oh, don't miss a step. Aren't we supposed to put something in the cheese too? What do you think?
Flour.
A little bit of flour, just a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay, just put, you tell me when to stop. Flour in the cheese, flour in the cheese, flour in the cheese.
Stop.
Okay, good. All right, so what I've done is a mix of cheese. So your recipe has Gruyere or Swiss, right? I like to blend, it said maybe even a little cheddar. So I did a little Munster and a little Swiss, because Munster's my favorite. Is that okay?
Yep.
Good, that's okay. So it's blending those cheeses, good melting cheeses is what's important in there. So we have this and this together, but we don't have to worry about this right now, right?
Yep.
What do we do next?
We
peel the garlic.
Peel the garlic.
And then we cut it in half.
Yep.
Can I do this part? Because I actually turned this on a little early, and I don't want you to put your hand in there. Now we're putting the garlic in the pan, right? Mm-hmm. And you're supposed to rub it around?
Yep.
Well, and I understand why, and that's the reason why I heated the pan a little bit. Because really you want the flavor of the garlic, but you don't want garlic to overpower your fondue.
Yeah.
That makes sense?
Yep.
So why I heated the pan is that when the garlic hits the pan, it's going to release its oils. It's going to let it out in there. And then, because there's no real, like we just use butter. We don't put any oil or anything in here, right?
Yeah.
Just a little bit of butter. All right, so we want the garlic flavor in the pan, and that's what I'm doing. And by cutting in half, we're opening it up, and again, getting the natural oils out of there. And I like garlic, so I'm going to go a little bit more. Sounds good? Does it smell like garlic?
Yeah.
I really didn't think you could smell that. Okay. So we have our garlic. And what's next? We got to put
Butter.
butter. How much? Does that sound good?
Yep.
All right. So we put a couple of pieces of butter in the pan, and we're going to let that melt down. Now the key to this too is you want to put it on low heat, right? You don't want it too
Yeah.
high, because if you put it too high, what happens when you do it too high?
It'll start like burning.
Yeah, exactly. And we don't want that. We want the butter to melt, not to really cook, because we don't want to add this like kind of too much of a nutty flavor to our fondue. So we're going to let our butter cook down. And then what do we do next? We got that. We got our butter in. We got our cheese that has flour already. Are we making a roux?
Yep.
And how do you make a roux? What are the two components of the roux? Do you remember?
Flour,
Yay! What else? Did they tell us?
nutmeg, and paprika.
So we're going to put a little, we're going to give it flavor with some paprika and nutmeg. And this will just give us some nice background flavors in there. And as we get our butter melting down, we're going to put a flour. Now it's about equal parts of flour to butter. And you don't want to put too much flour in there, because then what you're going to do is you're going to have the kind of a pasty fondue. So when you make it, you only put a little bit in?
Yeah.
All right, you're going to show me how much?
Yep.
I'm excited that you're teaching me this. This is pretty cool. I don't get taught very many things on this show, but this is fun. So,
Little more. Little more. Little more.
it's going to be, we only have a half hour.
That's good.
All right. All right. So, and then I mix it up. Do you want to put the paprika and the nutmeg in? How much
Sure.
you want to put in there? You could do
It's-
pinches if you want. Ooh, you like a lot of paprika.
Alright, well, there.
So what's your favorite part about cooking? Do you have like a favorite thing?
No.
No? You just like cooking all together?
Yeah.
Put a little nutmeg in there. So you think that's enough, or do we need to put more butter in roux?
I think that's good.
Okay, that's good. So we have our roux made up, and look at that. It's got the flavors of the nutmeg, and you kind of smell that, and as it's still cooking, it's gonna just really intensify in flavor. So we have that. Then what do we do next?
No, I already did that. Add milk.
Oh, cool. We add the milk. You're awesome. I'm so glad you're here. All right. So we're gonna add all the milk, right?
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to add a couple of cups of milk. And we want to make it kind of like a little bit of a thick sauce.
Yeah.
Do you know that this basic concept you can do for like if you like macaroni and cheese? Did you know that you could do this for macaroni and cheese?
No.
You make yourself a roux ahead of time, or like the same way we did it now, but just make it a little bit thicker, the roux, right? And basically what we're making even right now is not far away from what you could use for macaroni and cheese. Like you could put this fondue and put it over pasta, and it'd be macaroni and cheese. But you make the roux, right? And you can put whatever flavors you want in there. And then you put in your milk and you cook it down, and it thickens up. So, all right? So we have that. We want to let that cook. All right, so what else is next? This is so much fun. Well, at least for me. Apparently not for you.
Put cheese in it.
Now, we added the flour to the cheese. The flour is going to do two things. It's not going to let the cheese stick together too much, right? And it's going to add to our basic roux, and it's going to help thicken, because flour acts as a thickening agent. Does this look close to what you do already?
Yeah.
It does? Good, because like I said, I seriously have never made fondue before. Do we need more butter? No?
No,
It's good? Do we need more? The lemon juice, salt, pepper now yet? No?
not yet.
Not yet. That's all we do right now. All right, so I'm letting that cook. Should I get this really cooking faster or lower?
Lower.
A little bit lower. All right. Yeah, controlling the heat is really important in this. You don't want the milk to kind of scald. It's not like when you use heavy cream. Heavy cream will, that'll be a lot better to work with, because when you're making for instance, what we were talking about? Macaroni and cheese. Heavy cream, you can let it cook a little higher. But you don't want this cooked too high. You want to make sure the roux is all incorporated into the milk. And now we add our cheese. So this is what we're going to do, because this is going to take a little bit of while. This is going to take a while, right?
Yeah.
For it to come together. We are going to take a quick little break, because we got our fondue going, and then we're going to finish it off. And do you want to do the finishing stirring for me?
Sure.
All right. She's going to finish stirring. When we come back, we're going to start working on melting our chocolate for our chocolate mousse, because she wants to learn how to make chocolate mousse, because she taught me how to make fondue. We're going to put our fondue together, Make sure it's perfect. Add a couple of seasoning and flavors to the end of this. Get it in our fondue bowl, grill up some bread. And we gotta make a shrimp dish too.
Yeah.
We got a lot to do, so don't go away. You're gonna have fun. We'll be right back. Hey everybody, welcome back to A Culinary Journey. I'm Luca, and this is...
Lucia.
Or, your name's Lucia?
Yeah.
It's like my name. Oh, we did that already.
Yeah.
Hi, Lucia.
Hi.
All right, so we started our fondue. Look at it over here. Let's bring it over here and show everybody what it's like. It's kind of a little bit thick. We're gonna loosen that up a little bit, right? But it's nice and cheesy and saucy and yummy, and we'll get to that in a minute. All right, we're gonna finish that a little bit. I'm gonna start our mousse, and you're gonna start shrimp for your family. All right. The only thing I'm gonna do for you for the shrimp is I'm gonna add a little bit of oil in here. All right, I'm gonna need you to make sure we get it up a little bit, and I'm gonna have you add a shrimp at a time. Just put these in, a little bit at a time. I'm gonna show you how fast this could be. Ready? So start putting your shrimp in. While you're doing that, what I'm doing is melting our chocolate for our chocolate mousse. Now, basically, I'm taking a really good semi-sweet or dark chocolate. You can pick out whatever chocolate. That's gonna change how your mousse comes out. But I'm melting it over the double boiler. I think I should put more in here. I'm gonna make more chocolate. Where's our chocolate? All right. Just put them all. Have fun. Go crazy. It's good times. All right. Now, when you're at home, what else do you cook besides the fondue, or is that your favorite thing? Is that your go-to thing when you have company?
Yeah.
Yeah. So whenever your parents have company, they call you out of your room and you say, "Hey, you got to cook for us?"
No.
Because does your dad cook at all? I don't think he cooks at all. Does he do okay?
Yeah.
He does? Wow. Is that the coolest hand ever? Oh, I can't do it. I just got told no. You know, if we were alone and we were cooking it, you know what I would do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would too, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Not my hand, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, okay. Look at that, doesn't work. All right, so you're cooking the shrimp. I'm gonna show you real quick. Shrimp cooks fast, right? So we're gonna turn it over. As soon as you turn it over, we're gonna go to the very next step of this. Now what I did is I cut the shrimp, I actually butterflied it, which is I cut it down the middle so it opens up. As soon as you turn it over, we gotta put all our ingredients in. So now let's put in our shallots.
This one?
That's garlic. The shallots is close. Hey, you're right. Put in our shallots, dump it in. All right. Now dump in your garlic. Dump in your garlic. Perfect. Now take a couple of pinches of our seasoning, our Ariosto seasoning. I forget how small their pinches are. Okay, it's about 10 of those. No, I'm kidding. No, that's good. And we're gonna move it around. We're gonna cook our garlic in there. You see that? The garlic is cooking, the shallots are cooking, our seasoning's cooking. Oh, does that smell good or what?
Yeah.
You know, these would be good for the fondue. Dip the shrimp in the fondue. Well. All right, so we got all that flavor in, right?
Yep.
Let's dump our tomatoes in. Okay, those aren't tomatoes. That was even green.
All of it?
All of it. Just don't put it all. Oh, I did say all of it, yeah. All right, so we got that in. Okay. All right, and that's it. Guess what? You have just made shrimp cilantro. Except that we're missing one thing. The cilantro. Now, you won't put the cilantro in until last minute because that's the one item that'll start turning a different color. We don't want that to happen, right? So let's leave all that stuff over there. Let's do this. Watch this. That's when you're making it for them. How easy was that?
Easy.
Really easy. It's a little easier than your fondue. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, I was hoping no one else did. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the shrimp, pull that out of here because we don't want the shrimp to overcook. All right. We have 3 for your mom, 4 for your dad. I've seen the size of your dad. He needs 4. Yeah. Oh, well, maybe a little baby one. And then we put in our cilantro pesto. Now, what you could do if you don't want to make cilantro pesto at home, it's just as easy for you to just take fresh cilantro and chop it up and mix it in there. I keep doing that, don't I? All right. Watch this. And that's our sauce. Pretty easy, right? All right, we'll put that over the top. And we'll put that over the top. All right. Ta-da! Okay, now we can go home. We did everything we needed to do. We don't have to make another thing.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, and what would that be?
The mousse.
You were more concerned with the mousse, right?
Yeah.
All right, well, I won't let that go to waste. Here we go. We have our chocolate kind of broken down. It's broken down. Broken down. We cracked it down, and then we melted it. So that's our chocolate, right? What I'm going to do to this is I need a couple of pats of butter to add to it, give it some silkiness. Now, a traditional chocolate mousse recipe has raw egg in it. You take egg yolk and egg whites, and you take the egg whites and you fluff them up like you do the whipped cream, and it gives a nice creamy texture. You take the egg yolks and you drop them right in here. We are not going to do a traditional recipe. We're going to do it without the egg yolks because a lot of people sometimes get a little uncomfortable with fresh raw eggs, all right?
Yeah.
So you can do it without, and it's still going to come out yummy. All right, what I need from you is to find me something to do whipped cream with. Do you know where that would be? Yeah. So we keep our bowl in the freezer for the whipped cream. Why? Because you want to whip your cream. I forgot. You got to tilt the bowl. Oh, you got it. Good job.
And the whisk.
We won't need the whisk. We're going to use a smaller one. You want your bowl to be as cold as possible for the whipped cream because the colder, the better. Now with the whipping cream, I don't put this in as long as I had the bowl because I could even keep this in overnight. And I usually keep a whisk in there too, but I saw that whisk was a little big for you. Did you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so too. So what we're going to do is what you need to do is you need to start whipping.
Okay.
There's a thing called heavy whipping cream. And the difference between heavy cream and heavy whipping cream is like one little additive to heavy whipping cream that's supposed to hold the peaks up more. But it really doesn't matter. So if you can't find heavy whipping cream, just find heavy cream, you'll be fine. Then you find someone that's going to be your accomplice or your victim in this matter and have them whip for hours. And if you have that person, you could go and watch TV or Star Trek or whatever you like. So you keep whipping, all right? I'll see you in a little bit. And no, keep whipping. Didn't tell you to stop. I just have to get the other ingredients. All right, we're going to add a little bit of vanilla to this. Is that good?
Yep.
All right, I'm glad you think that's good. That's perfect. And then we need some powdered sugar. Okay, we'll just get it over here. Okay, I had it already in a nice little container. A little bit of powdered sugar. You tell me when. You like sweet whipped cream, don't you? All right.
When?
Okay, that's good. All right, whipped cream is ready. Powdered sugar and vanilla. Now you start going. Go crazy.
Okay.
Go crazy. Hold the bowl with this hand. And then hold the bowl with that hand too. No. All right. Actually, I'll take over for a little bit. And then we just start whipping away. Now, if you have a blender, it works faster, but it's more fun to do this so everybody's watching. So now, when we come back, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go away for a couple of minutes, and we're going to come back, and she's going to finish whipping this. When she whips this, oh, actually, you do the rest.
Okay.
Yeah, that's more fun now. Once she's done whipping this, what we're going to do is start folding in our chocolate with our whipped cream to make our mousse. Has a little bit of butter in the chocolate, so it's got some richness to it. Another additive that goes really good in chocolate mousse, if you like, is a shot of coffee. You'll see about that. We'll talk about that when we get back. And I'm going to do a little orange zest in there because a nice little brightness for the orange and mousse. That, we're going to finish our fondue when we come back because we got juice of a lemon, salt and pepper to taste. No, you can't stop. Really, it's only a half-hour show. All right, so we might be back, and we'll have this beautiful whipped cream from Lucia. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Faster, faster, faster. All right, everybody, welcome back to A Culinary Journey. Lucia is working on our mousse. Yay. How much chocolate have you eaten this show?
A lot.
More than you used to?
Yeah.
Or allowed to? All right. So what she's doing right now, she took the first batch in because she's going to be folding in. Okay, go crazy. There we go. She's going to be folding in our whipped cream into our chocolate, which has come down to room temperature. And by folding it in, you don't want the whipped cream to actually break down. You want it to kind of fold in with all the flavors. And get the chocolate all incorporated. Let me show you something real quick. I'm going to show you. And this is something where you can kind of turn the bowl and mix it. It's kind of pushing it in. So you see that? Mm-hmm. And then push in. And then go around and then push in. But not too much. And you're going to get there. All right? Okay. Little by little. I think that's a good amount right there. I want you to mix all that in and we'll see where we go because we didn't have a lot of chocolate. Here in her fondue, we've added a touch more milk because Lucia told me to add more milk and she was not happy with the final product. And so I have milk, I have the cheese cooking down, and I have to put a lemon in here too, Lucia?
Yep.
Juice of 1 lemon? How do I do that? So it's the whole lemon, really?
No, just a half.
Just a half?
Yeah.
So I don't want too much, right? So I have a lot of seeds in here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to squeeze it up so the seeds don't fall in. And that little acidity is going to help it not, actually, it'll help this not seize up. I'll put a little bit more. Is that okay if I put a little bit more?
Yep.
Oh, right in the eye. Oh, that was a good one. All right. You thought that was funny?
Yep.
Yeah, I thought so. And it will actually loosen everything up and break down our sauce to a beautiful, wow, this looks good, Lucia. Oh, I need to add seasoning in there, right?
Yep.
So the only thing we're going to add to it is right here, is our Ariosto spice instead of salt and pepper, because this has a little bit more flavor in it. And is this ready? Do
Yep.
you want to taste it to make
Sure.
sure? Or do you want to taste the mousse? Ooh, dilemmas. The dilemmas of working on a show. What are we going to do?
I don't know.
I don't either. All right, this is what we'll do. I got an idea. I'm going to pour this. It's ready no matter what.
Yep.
I'm going to come around you and pour this in. Keep folding your mousse because it's actually coming out perfect. You see that it looks like a chocolate mousse?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm glad. It's the first time I ever made that too. So I'm going to garnish our little fondue with a little more paprika on top. Is that okay?
Yep.
All right, good. So garnish with paprika. We have bread to put in there. And then we have our little cups for our mousse. Look at your mousse. Cool. Now, the best thing about doing a chocolate mousse, right? You could let this set up. You could serve it with berries, but look at that. That's exactly what you wanted. So it's like basically a chocolate whipped cream. I think the only difference between this and someone else's chocolate mousse might be the raw egg, but we could work on that later and when you're comfortable working with that. But if you don't want to do it, this sets up perfectly in a bowl, in a cup, and then when you have company over, you can pretty much do it ahead of time. You so want to bite of this, don't you? Yeah, I thought so. All right, first we're going to try, we'll leave that for Mom and Dad. We're going to try the fondue. All right, you try that fondue. I was going to grill the bread, but it's going to be, I mean, we just dunk it in, right? Mm-hmm. Let's see. You are good. That's pretty good. Grilled shrimp, steak. Everybody's talking about vegetables in there. So apparently, we have a low budget, so we don't have any more spoons left. So now let's try our mousse. Let's see, tell me what you think. Is that good? Mm. We made mousse. That's pretty creamy. This is really good. All right, so we have mousse, fondue, shrimp. What else do you need for a dinner? Oh, maybe we should try the shrimp in the fondue. No, that's another show. Did you have fun?
Yeah.
I had a blast. Thank you for helping me. Thanks for making the mousse. You gonna make this at home now?
Yeah.
All right, I'll get you the full recipe so you can follow the recipe. And it's really important too when you have kids at home. And following these recipes, like Lucia comes in with this recipe and for the fondue and you make it a bunch of times, right? Mm. It's important that if you have a recipe like that, follow it with them, help them out, get all your measurements out so it's nice and easy. It's not crazy like it is here. And you can get a cool, easy chocolate mousse recipe that's easy for the kids to make. So you have two cool items that you don't have to do a lot of cutting or anything like that, and you can have a lot of fun in the kitchen. Thanks for helping me out. When are you taking over the restaurant? Soon?
Soon.
Soon. All right. See Lucia at my place soon. In the meantime, we're going to have chocolate mousse. Cheers, kid. We'll see you next time on a culinary journey. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. Brought to you in part by Monadnock Flooring and Decorating, offering quality sales, service, and installation for over 35 years on Production Avenue next to Subaru of Keene.